Problem really with sassy man, or is the problem really with black boy joy? It just seems like every time there is a man that is being expressive and he looks like me, y'all have an issue with it. Whether he is gay, black, straight, tall, whatever the case may be. He like to wear pink, that's a problem. He like a little sparkle on his jeans, that's an issue. He like matcha, that's an issue. He got his ears pierced, that's an issue. He got a certain amount of tattoos in awkward places, that's an issue. Maybe he's just joyful. Maybe he's just expressive. Everybody does not have to be nonchalant because everybody doesn't want to hide the joy that God gave them.
I agree with that 100%. We are, there's nothing new under the sun, man. I think a lot of times people um, go to name calling because there's a deeper issue, a deeper sense of insecurity within themselves, or a frustration that they have that they're not really talking about. But yeah, this is problematic. Like the idea of calling a man sassy just because he expresses himself in a way that either you don't like, or you don't prefer, or you didn't grow up seeing. And I think any of us and all of us can kind of fall into this if we're not careful, to where we're just like name calling and being judgmental towards people, places, and things that look different, or respond differently or move differently. Now, that's not to say, that's also not to say that a lot of things, well, I'm not going to say a lot, but there are things that are happening in the culture that are highly problematic, And when I say problematic, it's confusing. It's confusing for women. It's confusing for other men. Some of the things I hear and see men doing, like men are, like he mentioned, like men are wearing certain clothes. Fashion is always going to be fashion, right? But you also have to understand that if you're seeking to attract, women, like straight women, who heterosexual women, should I say, then you have to remember dressing like them would be confusing. Even if you are a heterosexual man, like that's confusing because it's like, wait, you're dressing like a woman, or you're doing things that are super feminine, is confusing me about whether or not you are just into women. And I think that's a valid conversation. But name calling, nah, never a place for name calling. But definitely a valid concern. He mentioned clothes, so there's another video that's going around that kind of going viral, and it's a hot topic of discussion. Let me play it for you really quick. Now, now he did mention, like, if a man has some sparkle on his pants, or bedazzled, it's considered sassy. Why are they calling all things that? And again, people will talk about and shame the things that they're uncomfortable with, that they don't prefer, or that's not choosing them. So that's something to keep in mind. But again, let's not ignore the fact that some of those clothes did look like they were for women. Not all of them, but some of them did look like they were for women. Even me as a man, I thought like, oh, I was a little confused. Like, is this a women's section? Oh wait, some of this looks masculine, like it's for men. Some of it doesn't. Like some of it looks like it's exclusively for women. Some of it look like it's exclusively for men, and then some of it looks unisex. It's just confusing at times, and we have to be mindful. If we really want to have an honest conversation, he mentioned, them calling so many things sassy. Hey, I agree. Like, some of it is literally projection of their insecurity and the fact that you're not paying them attention. I'll give you an example. One time I was out and I didn't let a lady have my seat at a spot because I had someone coming with me, and I couldn't get, like, I couldn't give up her seat, so I'm like, well, she's gonna have to wait for the next seat. And they didn't like that, so they called me sassy. And it's like, well, I have somebody with me, and I asked for these seats, so I'm supposed to give it up for you just because I'm a man? Like, what about that makes me sassy, even though I'm sitting here, and then also the other person gonna be sitting here? Like, I got this seat for her. Like, what about that makes me sassy? But I realized, like, really quickly, like, this was a matter of the fact that maybe their feelings was hurt, or they felt entitled to the seat over me and my guests. Either way, I wasn't having it. I'm just like, I'm not going back and forth with you. I could have handled it a bit better in the sense that, like, when they called me sassy, I just was like, well, I might have said something along the lines of like, well, your words don't matter to me. I literally should have just ignored them altogether, just being honest. But you live and you learn. So on one end, I do agree that people try to name call to rage bait you, to get you upset, or to make you feel a certain way, to manipulate you, and these sorts of things. Yet, on the other hand, there are a lot of things going on in the culture that is just confusing, even for me as a man. Like, there's this NBA player, he's always walking around showing, like, with his nails painted and doing this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying the man like men, but I wouldn't be comfortable. Like, it's kind of confusing, bro. Like, you're painting your nails like women do. And I do think you have to spend time with people and know them to be able to make a determination whether, like, who they are and what they're doing. But let's just be serious too. Like, this is a two-sided coin. And the conversation is, yes, women do get out of pocket with the name calling, and it's for different reasons. And honestly, that's not our problem, However, on the flip side, there are some things we're doing, like we're wearing purses, we're wearing women's shoes, we're doing all kind of things as men. I don't do it, but I'm just kind of like, what's going on here, And I think, it doesn't have to be confusing. Like, there are gonna always be people who are just so quick to judge or just don't like something, but I think there's a way to, I don't want to say balance it out, but there's a way to, be able to exist and enjoy fashion and enjoy expressing joy and not be nonchalant and not feel like you got to always be walking around with the man face, Like, there's a way to do that also while keeping in mind that there are women, who are literally who want to be found by a man. And if they have an interest in you and they can't tell because you're doing some of the same things they're doing, that's problematic. That's problematic. And then even especially for children, like, because now you're even confusing children. Like, is there a difference between men and women? Like, yes, but if we act like there isn't, then it becomes problematic. But I think it's a great conversation. Those clothes, I'm not wearing it. It was too much on those clothes for me. And that's just me. But I've seen guys do things that I don't feel comfortable doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guys who wear the earrings that dangle. I've seen some athletes pull it off, and I'm like, oh man, that they are able to pull it off. Me, nah, I'm not rocking with it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen guys carry purses. To me, it's too much. Painted nail, too much. All of that's too much. That's just my opinion, but I don't think that makes a man, something that they're not. However, I do see how women can be confused by it. So I'll leave it with this, right? You can enjoy fashion. You can have joy. You can be expressive. You can live your life in a way that, that's, happy and that other people can misjudge. But there also can be things that push the envelope too far and confuse people. And that's just something that you, me, and just everyone, all of us, we have to keep in mind. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this conversation in the comment section. Don't forget to connect with the brand online at www.there'shopebrand.com. If you haven't subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to donate to this channel, that's also in the description as well. And I'll catch y'all in the next video.